At first, it seemed innocent, a way to connect, to share photos, to post thoughts, but we didn't see what was building. Not until it was already too late. Social media promised to bring us closer. Instead, it rewired our brains, slowly, quietly, irreversibly. What began as a digital town square became something else, something darker. A mirror that distorts, a machine that feeds, a system designed not to inform, but to consume. And as we fed it, it studied us. It learned our fears, our habits, our desires. It didn't want our attention. It wanted our minds. This is not just a story about apps. It's about a weapon disguised as connection, and a civilization that surrendered without a fight, because somewhere in the last 2 decades, a new god was born. It doesn't have a face. It doesn't have a name. But it lives in our pockets, and we worship it every single day. This is the quiet war, and most of us never knew we were targets. Welcome to how social media quietly destroyed our minds. In the 1960s, scientists discovered something strange in rats. If you wired a lever to their brain's pleasure center, they'd press it again and again. Until they died. We've built our own levers. Every notification, every red dot, like a hit of dopamine. Again and again. But unlike the rats, we're not in a cage. We're in schools, in offices, at dinner tables, pressing the lever. Endlessly. Social media isn't addictive by accident. It's addictive by design. Algorithms test what keeps us clicking, then feed us more and more, until our brains become trapped in loops we can't see. Our thoughts, once our own, are now filtered through metrics. How many saw this? How many liked it? Are we liked? Are we enough? And slowly, the answer starts to matter more than it should. Validation replaces self-worth. Comparison becomes the default. The algorithm doesn't care if we're happy, only if we're hooked. And as long as we scroll, the machine wins. Even as our mental health decays in the background, what we gave away was invisible, but the damage is permanent. Outrage travels faster than reason. The algorithm knows this. It amplifies conflict, rewarding division, feeding us what we fear. And who to blame? In the past, we debated ideas. Today, we battle identities. You're either with us or against us. No room for doubt, no space for nuance. Why? Because rage keeps us engaged, and engagement makes money. More clicks, more ads, more power. Our feeds aren't reality. They're reflections, warped and weaponized, designed to keep us scrolling and hating. Studies show false stories spread faster than truth, because lies are crafted to provoke, to trigger, to divide. We think we're choosing our beliefs, but most of the time, they're chosen for us by a machine that knows exactly what will keep us online. The real cost isn't just political. It's psychological. Families fractured, friendships erased, and a society that no longer speaks the same language. What began as connection became corrosion. We used to wonder if we were being watched. Now we know we are. But what we don't see is more terrifying. Everything we post, search, like, or pause on feeds the algorithm. It builds a mirror, a digital clone, one that knows what we'll do before we do. It's no longer just surveillance. It's prediction, control, not by force, but by suggestion. What ad to show, what friend to mute, what video to recommend. Invisible nudges shaping our days. In this system, we're not the users. We're the product, the data, the raw material for machines that learn how to sell, to manipulate, to dominate. Privacy didn't die. We handed it over, willingly, one click. at a time, and what we got in return was a world more convenient, but less human. We've never been more connected, or more alone. The machine is always watching. And worse, it's always learning. Depression, anxiety, isolation. The numbers are rising, and no one can fully explain why. But look at the screen. Look at the time. Children glued to glowing rectangles. Teenagers rating their worth in likes. Adults arguing with strangers for hours. We outsourced our memory, our attention, our identity. And in return, we became fragmented. Who are you without a feed? Without a brand? Without an audience? The collapse didn't happen in a bang. It was a slow erosion. Thought by thought, swipe by swipe, we stopped being present. We stopped being whole. We started living through glass. But what's most terrifying? We called this progress. The greatest mind control experiment in history wasn't done in secret. It was done in plain sight. With our permission, and still, we scroll. This isn't just a documentary. It's a warning. Because the collapse of our minds didn't end. It's still happening. Right now.